Alright, welcome to my brand new garage, everybody. So, today I'm going to show you how I built this welding table for just $80. And by far, this has been the most important and useful tool that I've had in my garage. Let's get to work. Here we have a pile of metal. This is going to be our welding slash fab table. And this metal I got was all 80 bucks. So I have a piece of 3/16 inch plate. It is 60 inches long by 29 inches wide. And I got all the angle pieces that are going to make the uprights and the rest of the structure. And I paid 80 bucks for all this metal. And the reason it was 80 bucks is because it was drop steel from my local fabrication shop. And the drop steel is about half price as you would regularly pay. So from buying drop steel, I didn't get to choose the size of that piece. It's what they had. And if you start paying for having things cut, it's $10 a cut. So I just brought everything home and cut it myself. So now that this much is done, I'm gonna start putting it together. All right, this is gonna be just a basic rundown of how this is gonna go together. Got the 4 legs. This angle is also 3/16, so it's thicker. The way I did this is I channeled just the side pieces of angle, so they fit right in the middle, flush, and gives me a good surface to weld through. Now, this is the top section. What I need to do to make this thing stronger still is I need to buy more of this 3/16 angle and run ribs across the top of it. I ran out of material, so that's something I'm gonna have to do later. And the lower box section, 2 more 60-inch pieces. This is a little different. I notched one end and left the other end the same. The reason I did that, this is going to be the lower box. And I want it pushed in some, so I'm not kicking my ankles on it when I'm working. So that'll weld there. Alright, this is one of the legs that's going to be holding up the table. And I want this to somewhat be adjustable to meet the surface of the floor I'm working on. So we're going to run these bolts at the bottom of it. I'm also going to have wheels so I can roll it around, but when I get it where I want to, you bring the bolts out, it'll lift up the actual surface so it's no longer on the wheels. Now to do that, we're going to weld this nut in here. This is going to be our surface. And this is going to be an additional backing plate, just to give me more surface to weld to. All right, so the only thing I've changed on this table was adding this removable vise mount. Now, the reason for doing that, I like to have this space wide open and have it for a usable surface. And I didn't want to be fully mounted on here with 4 bolts all the time, so this makes it real easy. Just drop on and use as needed. Let me show you how I made that. So the vise itself is bolted to this 1/4" plate that I have here. And then we ran this angle iron, which is fully welded to that. And then when we come down to the leg of this thing, I have 2 pieces of angle. The first one works as the spacer, and then the second one works as the cap, helps keep the mount captive on there. So when we're ready to use the vise, all we gotta do is slide it in there, and you're good to go. All right, so there you have it. So for next to nothing, you can build yourself something similar to this for just about 80 bucks. This thing has definitely held up to every test that I've put it through, and I use it for absolutely everything. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.